Hello guys, it is the Gaming Weasel back again with another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing the Strun Prime. Now this weapon came out alongside Nidus and the Magnus Prime. Now the Strun Wraith a long time ago was a very great weapon. It is still a very great weapon, but we're going to be talking about the Strun Prime. Now, is this weapon good? Is it bad? Well, you're going to find out in this little review video. Now, the gameplay later on is with Nidus. It is Strun Prime, and it's going to be Saturn Survival on the Steel Path. And honestly, my quick thoughts, it's not the best weapon. I wouldn't really play it in Steel Path if I had an option. It's not my first pick, but it's not a bad weapon nonetheless. So, a couple of things that we're going to do. I'm going to show you what my Nidus looks like, because I do have the Teeming Virulence Augment on him. So, if I go to upgrades, I'm not going to be playing with him in the simulacrum because I was going to see in the gameplay, but what this does is hitting 4 enemies with Virulence, which is of course his first ability, will grant you 120% primary weapon critical chance for 15 seconds. And because of my power strength, I have 340%. So that's just so you know in the gameplay coming up. In this simulacrum, we're going to use Rhino and we're going to use Banshee just to show you how this works. So, on Banshee, I mostly have just a damage and a little bit of range build. This is my Sonar, my pure Kuva and Sister Lich hunting build, and we have a damage multiplier of 16.2. So, basically, this is what the Strun build looks like. This is what I made it to look like, at least. Vigilante Armaments, Galvanized Hell, Chilling Reload, then we have Prime Chilling Grasp, Prime Point Blank, Blunderbuss, Toxic Barrage, and Prime Ravage. Now, if you put Primary Merciless on here, you can take out Prime Point Blank because, of course, those two will not stack. And you can, for example, put, let's say, let me just find it. Where is it? You can put, I can't find it apparently. Oh yeah, there we go. We have Frigid Blast. You can put that in there, or you could put Shotgun Savvy, Galvanized Shotgun Savvy. Now, I do not have that currently on here. The status chance is going to be 10.7%. Now, this is per pellet, considering my multi-shot is 32%, 32. This is going to be around 80% status chance. I do have a viral build. I do not have any fire on here. 45% critical chance and 4.6 multiplier. Some other mobs that you maybe put on, which I do not recommend, is going to be Vicious Spread, which I don't honestly recommend instead of Prime Point Blank. And you can put, for example, Scattering Inferno, just for that extra damage reduction, armor reduction on the enemies. So we have 6 level 160 heavy gunners right there. And then what I'm going to do is just going to show you how this works with just not applying anything. So as you can see, 3, 4, 5, and there you go. It took me 5 shells to kill one of them, and they were all headshots. So as you can see, if I just do that, it goes pretty easy. If I activate Sonar, for example, a couple of times just to add more and more weak spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it of course goes on the head, the weak spots, then it's going to be much easier. But as you can see, one shot that guy. Now he has it on his leg, so it's a little bit difficult, but you get the point. I'm gonna summon 6 more just to show you and hopefully get lucky with this. So activates a couple of times again. Of course, Sonar is gonna be very good. As you can see, this guy has it on his head. Here you go. So 1 shot. There you go. 2 shot. 1, 2, 3. Kind of missed that one there. 1 shot. Oh, I missed it. Damn it. There you go. And there you go. That's with Sonar activated with a 16.5 damage multiplier. Now, let's go try out Rhino Prime and show you how the damage works with a Rhino, because, of course, Rhino can buff your damage with Roar. This is what my basic build looks like. This is for everything, but mostly for Iron Skin. But let's say you're using this build and it increases your damage increase by 166%. So, there you go. Let me just collect loads of energy, summon them, and then activate my Roar. And there you go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that took me a little bit longer. 1, 2, 1. Oh, I have no ammo. 2, 1, 2. There you go. With Rhino, it is a very, very capable weapon. Now, Rhino isn't the best Warframe to use in Steel Path, but if you do put Roar on side of your, for example, Revenant, let's say, this is going to be a very, very capable weapon. Now, of course, you always could use Hero as well. I'll show you what it looks like with Hero as well. My favorite Warframe, my main Warframe. Where is he? There you go. You have Goss as well, but you know, just to shorten this video, not make it as long as hell, I'm gonna unpause the enemies, just so, you know, I have, I'm just gonna activate my first ability on him, just so I can, you know, trap him a little bit, then activate my 4 ability. Can this guy shoot me, please? There you go, there you go, that's what I love to see. And let me just ensnare him, and ensnare his friends as well, just so they don't really kill me, because I kind of don't want to die. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I kind of missed there, so that doesn't really count. 1. If you get really up close and personal, I mean, it's pretty easy. Well, if you don't die as well with Arrow, because I kind of, you know, there's not a lot of enemies, so yeah, I'm gonna unsummon them because I kind of, you know, went out of my phase. So let me just activate my 4 again, and then show you this way. Now they're gonna shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. I mean, I already have 50 multipliers, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna ensnare them, just to get trapped, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. With Hero and alongside Rhino, for example, Nidus, and these weapons, and these Warframes that buff your damage, it is really, really good and easy to use this weapon. Now that we're in the gameplay, you can see it much better how it works in I guess a real world situation or a real mission situation. You know, you're not always gonna hit headshots, you're always not gonna, you know, hit the enemy directly where you're supposed to and, you know, pinpoint your shots. So, you know, this is sort of like a real world situation, but yes, the build could be different. It could be a little bit better in some ways. This is sort of like a mid-level or sort of like a high level in the ordinary sword type of weapon. And now there are definitely better shotguns in my opinion. For example, I do prefer the Corinth Prime instead of the Strun Prime at the moment. But you know, if I were any sort of Warframe player looking for efficiency and fastness and just damage inside of my gameplay, I would never pick projectile weapons. I would always pick something like the Kuva Brahma, the Tenant Envoy, the Ignis Ray, the Exceltra, something like that. That's sort of the meta right now, and I think it will be in the, you know, next couple of months and maybe even years. But nonetheless, the Strun Prime is a very fun weapon. The reload is sort of the only downside, but it can be increased or maybe even, you know, bettered, I guess that's a word, you know, by Warframes such as, for example, Goss or even Hero, or even, oh no, actually on Wisp you don't get a reload, you just get a fire rate buff. But, you know, Warframes like that can definitely buff the reload, so that downside could definitely be changed out. Even with Chilling Reload, you saw there that the reload is pretty slow, and honestly, as I said, it can be pretty easily changed out with and buffed by other Warframes, of course, because, you know, Warframes are here to help your weapons and of course kill enemies, and some Warframes are specifically designed to kill enemies with your weapons and not your abilities. But nonetheless, this is a decent weapon, a good weapon to use. It's a fun weapon. I love the reload, love the animation, love the sound of it. Looks pretty cool as well, I have to say. And it is a very good weapon. If you have some build changes, definitely link it down below. It's Warframe, it's your build, it's your gameplay, it's your play style, and this is my build, the way I like to play it. I sort of have like a mix status and critical chance build, and a couple of things, as I said, could be definitely changed out, but nonetheless, that is mostly it. You're probably gonna see me in the gameplay kill the enemy that the Acolyte. There you go, completely forgot what it's called. In the gameplay, it does take me a little bit of a while. For example, if I'm running, Steel Path, there you go. If I'm running Steel Path with Nidus, I usually use the Tenant Envoy, and I usually one-shot if I hit it directly, or even two-shot it with the Tenant Envoy. So, you know, those are just like those weapon differences. But yeah, there you go. Nonetheless, to sum this all up, it's a decent weapon, a very fun weapon to use. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. I try to upload, you know, weekly videos as much as I possibly can, and I'll see you guys on the next one. The Gaming Weasel over and out.